everybody, it's Nicole with Stargazer Soaps. Getting ready to make some soap here. I am actually testing some fragrances. I was selected to be on the soap panel for Brambleberry for their winter soap panel, which I'm really excited about. I applied and didn't expect to get selected, and I was. It just kind of, took me by surprise. So I'm very excited to be doing this. So they sent me the eight fragrances, and I'm going to soap number 1 and number 2 today. I'm just going to do small batches. I only have 2 molds though, so I can only do 2 a day. I thought about doing products other than soap, but I think I'm trying to decide. I think I'm going to go ahead and put the fragrance in here and then mix. I think I'm just going to do soap because every fragrance that I buy has to go into soap. So that's how I test it first. This first one, so those of you that are familiar with the soap panel, they don't tell you what the fragrances are. They just number them 1 to 8. This one, my girls and I, we smelled all of the scents, and there is not one scent that I don't like. This one we're having a hard time putting our fingers on though. I'm picking up like some coconut, maybe some fruit, some warm fruit. It's not like summery at all. I like all of the scents. I think this might be my least favorite though. And so far it's staying nice and liquid. What I'm going to do, make sure I have it all out, is I'm going to leave most of this natural color, and I'm just going to color a little bit in yellow. I'm going to do each soap a different color so that I remember which is which. And I'm going to leave the natural color so that I can see what the scent does to the soap, if it discolors at all. So I'm not going to sell these. We're going to keep them for personal use. I think I may do a giveaway though. So watch to the end of the video, and I'll give information on that. I'm still working that out in my head. This is, it's, what is today? It's December 3rd. So it's a really busy time of year with shows and preparing for shows, and then the holidays, and we have some stuff going on at home, which is why I haven't had time to do videos. I don't think I've done a video in, well, at least a month. So this is starting to thicken up. But still workable. So plenty of time for swirls or anything. I think I'm going to do this on the bottom and then just do the top with the color. I was going to do some swirling, but this way, if there is discoloration, well, it doesn't matter because I put fragrance in the colored part too. I probably should have left that uncolored. I didn't think about that. Oh well. So here, maybe I'll see if I can get a needed drop in. Flexibility. So those of you that aren't familiar with Brambleberry, Brambleberry is a supplier. They are located in Bellingham in Washington, and they do, soaps and candles and body products. They are one of my favorite suppliers. I order from them all the time. And they're really close to me since I'm in Washington as well. So when they ship anything out, I get it within a day. And that's convenient. I like that. Okay. So this one I'm going to add, it's kind of a gold. This fragrance, oh, I should have put the fragrance in first. Well, I'll just put it in the uncolored portion. Okay, this fragrance is chocolate smelling for sure. There's something else there as well, but all three of my girls picked up on the chocolate right away. So did I. So this is definitely chocolate. I'm going to laugh if they come back and it has nothing to do with chocolate, but for us, it smells just like chocolate. And it might be ricing a little bit. Nope, it smooths out pretty well just by hand stirring. Okay. It's really cold in here today, so I soap at room temperature, but my oils are really cold. So they're a little thick too. And this is really fluid, so, okay. Make sure you can see. I'm just going to do the same thing. I'll just pour it in and then drop some down. Why not? So I got my fragrances a couple of weeks ago. I was probably the first one to get the fragrances because I'm so close to Brambleberry. But I haven't been able to soap them. Like I said, it's just been crazy busy. So I'm hoping to get these all done in the next couple of days here. Okay, opposite side of the skewer here. And that's still really fluid, so I'm going to see if I can texture this one now. It's still really fluid as well. So no, it's not doing anything yet. Alright, I'm going to pause and I'll be back. Okay, it's been about half an hour since I poured this, and this still is not set up enough for me to texture. And I've got a lot to do, so I'm afraid I'm going to forget. So I'm trying to texture it as much as I can right now. But when I poured the top, so the top doesn't have any fragrance, and when I poured this on, the part with the fragrance underneath was pretty set up. It was pretty thick. And fragrance number one took about 15 minutes for it to set up so that I could texture. So it stayed fluid for a long time. So there's fragrance one and fragrance two. So this fragrance is another citrus fragrance. This one, I really like this one. It kind of, to me, it makes me think of oranges and grapefruits. It's tart and sweet at the same time. So again, this is number 3. The weather here is just been miserable today. It's just been downpouring all day and cold and typical Pacific Northwest winter. And dark. It gets really dark early here. It's not even 5 o'clock yet, and the sun is already down. So this one I'm going to color with orange. I didn't see any ricing, no acceleration, but then I don't stick blend my fragrances once I get them in there. Usually, not unless I need it to be thick. This one it doesn't matter. It's still really fluid. In fact, I think it loosened up even after I put the fragrance in. Alright, good golly. I went ahead and poured some orange through the center here and salvaged what I could. Move it on. It's too liquid for me to do anything with the top yet, so I'm not going to. Okay, fragrance number 4. I read the wrong description. The first one is citrusy. I'm going to smell it again. It does not have, I don't know. See, there were a couple of them that kind of seemed like grapefruit. Number 4, I must have written this down wrong, so I don't know why I'm showing you the bottle. Not like it's going to, you can't smell it. I was trying to let you smell it. Number 4, I thought had a grapefruit type scent to it. It's definitely tart. I can't really put my finger on it. So number 3 is more citrus. Number 4 is tart. Almost sour. It kind of reminds me a little bit of a sour candy. So not sour like bitter, but sour sweet. But I do like both of these. If I had to say which my favorite was, I don't know, maybe number 4. I'll have to smell them again. It's really hard trying to figure out what the smells remind you of, because some of them are very familiar, but you just can't put your finger on it. But I'm going to do this one in pink. Oh, and yeah, I put fragrance in that. Oh well. It is very fluid as well. Okay, I'm all off kilter because I was just going to pour the soap into my lye cup. That's not going to work. So this one is staying really fluid as well. But, you know, like I said, I'm not stick blending these in. I've stopped stick blending my fragrances in to my batter. I'm finding that just works better for me. That is like water. So, let me look at the first one. It's not really set up yet. It's sinking a little bit. I really don't care if I have total lines. I just want an orange top, so that's okay. But I'm not going for perfection since they're mostly just going to be for home and then the giveaway, which I still haven't worked out all of the details yet, but I think what I'm going to do is do a giveaway for a half a bar, because these molds, the way I cut them, are really large bars. So I'm going to do a half a bar, and I'm going to do a raffle copter, and we'll see. I might give away 2 sets, I might give away 1. I'm going to work that out. Okay, so that's setting up already. And the giveaway, I think, unfortunately, I'm just going to leave open to the US. I have done them worldwide before, but I think this time I'm just going to do US. And that is simply because the shipping is just so crazy ridiculous. I just shipped something to Canada a little bit ago, and it was over $30, and it was a small box. So this would be at least that to ship, and that I just, you know, I've got kids that want Christmas this year, so. Okay, the number 4 is ready to be textured, and this one had fragrance in the top, so that's why it's ready before the orange. Number 3, which that is still fluid. And yesterday when I did number 2, I mean, it took half an hour for it to finally set up for me enough to do a top. So it could be the same scenario today. As far as the cutting of number 1 and number 2, I think I'm going to go ahead and do those now, but I'm going to post them at the end of the video. So keep watching and I will show you the cut soaps at the end. Here's number 5. So number 5 is very masculine. It has a strong cologne scent to it. I'm going to go, oh, I didn't even put my soap in the color. That's lovely. I can tell I haven't made a video in a while because yesterday I tried to have you smell the fragrance. Technology is good, but it's not that good. Yeah, okay. And no, I'm not going to stick on that. There, see? Anyway, this one is definitely a masculine fragrance. It has a strong cologne scent to it. When my girls and I smelled this one, it instantly reminded us of one that I did last year in my Twilight collection. It's very manly. Lots of musk to this. I am not a big cologne fan, so this is not my favorite of all the scents. But if you like musk, you'll like this one. I think this might be my least favorite. It's not a bad scent. It's just not my cup of tea. It's a real strong cologne fragrance. It's staying real fluid, no ricing. I haven't had any of these accelerate on me, have I? I don't think I have. So giving you a lot of time to work with, which is nice. Oh, it's getting a little thick, but still a lot of time if you wanted to do something with it. So I have thought about my giveaway. I think I'm going to do a Rafflecopter, like I mentioned, just because it's easier when drawing names. I don't have to count or write everybody's name down. And the last giveaway I did, I opened worldwide. This one I am just going to keep in the US, simply because shipping costs are just so high. I just sent something to Canada a couple weeks ago, and it was like $30 just to send a small box. And that's just, it's a lot. It's so much to ship. So unfortunately, I'm going to just keep this giveaway for the US. So I apologize, but you can blame the postal service. I guess I should make sure you can actually see what I'm doing. I think I need to zoom in a little bit. And unless somebody wanted to pay their own shipping, but that seems kind of silly with a giveaway to make you, pay for your own shipping. So this one will just be open to US residents, unfortunately. And I'm going to do half of each bar. So it's just going to be a mini bar. And depending on how many entries I have, I might do 2. Still working out those details in my head. All right, number 7. No. Number 6. I can learn to read. Number 6. This one is, it makes me think of baby powder, but it's a very strong baby powder. Like when you shake out the baby powder and it goes poof up in your face, that's what this makes me think of. So it's very powdery. It's not light though, it is very intense. It's pretty strong. And got some ricing going on here. So this one I am going to have to stick blend. Okay, so I've got a pretty good trace going now. But it did smooth out. Oh yeah, see, it's getting, so this one's a mover. Whoa. I really wish I could see the back of my camera while I was working. I just cannot. So if I'm not in camera view, I apologize. I am trying. My table space is pretty small. And when I've got a bunch, ooh my, of stuff sitting on it. Okay, so number 8 moves very fast. Had I not had to stick blend it, maybe it would have gone a little slower. No way any of this is going to go down in, so this one is just going to be on top. And obviously I colored this one purple. I think this one is not my favorite either. So between this one and so number 5 and number 6 are not on my favorite list. And a little bit of glitter. And there you go, number 5 and number 6. All right, here comes number 7. This one was unmistakable. When my girls and I smelled this, we knew right away what it was. And this one smells like a Christmas tree. It is unmistakably pine, but it's not a real overwhelming perfumey pine like some pine fragrances can be. There is definitely a hint of something else there, and it's really nice. I really like it. Whoops, I don't want to do that. I don't see any ricing. I only had one that riced significantly. One that had some minor ricing that I was able to get out just by hand stirring. And that's so watery, I think I could probably stick blend it. Or not watery, but fluid, liquidy, runny, all of the above. But that's okay. Okay. I'm going to do the same that I have with all of them. Pour that in. Drizzle some of the green, which, oops, I just dripped soap on the floor, which will change colors. And before I do the top, I'm going to set that aside and go ahead and do number 8. Number 8. This one was harder to identify. It's, when you smell it, there are so many different tones to it. There's almost like a pine type scent, but it's not. It's definitely masculine. There's a musk to it, but there's kind of a powdery smell as well. So I would say 6 and 8 were more masculine. I like 8 much better. Much more than I liked 6. And then, oh no, 5 was the masculine one. 6 was the powdery one. So this is turning yellow a little bit. I liked this better than 6 and 5. But my favorite ones were definitely 3 and 4 because they were the citrusy fragrances. But I tend to go for citrus anyway. That's what I like. I like citrus and then I like spicy. I don't care for florals. Some florals, I like plumeria and gardenia, but that's about it. This is thickening up, actually. I don't like perfume. I don't like cologne or musk, so I tend to stay away from those fragrances. I'm coloring this one with Merlot kind of color, although it looks kind of brown. I wanted it to be on the red side, but that's okay. I'm not real worried about the colors here. It's mostly just so I can tell them apart later in case I mix them up or something, or lose one of my pieces of paper with the numbers written down. Yeah, this definitely accelerated quickly, so had I stick blended this, probably wouldn't really be workable. I don't know where my chopstick went. Let's do the top here. So while I don't think I described the fragrances very well, I'll try after I cut all of the soaps and I clean them all up, I will try to describe them a little better for you. Sometimes it's really hard to get a good description out of bottle because it's so concentrated. And sometimes it's just really hard to describe a fragrance. And scent is such a personal thing. Just because it smells one way to me doesn't mean it's going to smell that way to somebody else. Alright, move that out of the way. And this one is still really, really fluid. That's really pretty. Thanks. My daughter's standing here. Well, she's kind of on the other side of the room, so I'm surprised she can see anything. First one home from school. It's kind of quiet because the baby's supposed to be napping, although I hear her chattering away in her crib. So she has other plans. She's decided that naps are beneath her. And I've decided that I'm not ready for that. She is too little to not take a nap. But we're entering that early toddler defiant stage. It's so much fun! And that's a lot of sarcasm there. So this is not ready to texture at all, but I may not have time to texture this, so I think I'm going to go ahead and put glitter on it. And because I got to go get my little one. And we'll cut this tomorrow. Okay, here is number 1. And I hope that is easy enough to see, but I can't get the camera to focus. And number 2. So again, you can see the discoloration there. Okay, so here's one piece, and I'm probably going to chop these in half. I hope these are focused. Let me take off my goggles. I didn't realize I was still wearing them. I just finished making number 2 and number 3. And there is the last one. If it's not focused, I apologize, but and here is number 2. And if you look on this side, I'll plane this smooth, but the wire cutter didn't cut that evenly. So you can see what the inside, the uncured, looks like in the cured. Oh, we were focused for a second. And I can't really see my swirls inside, so they could be more defined later. Okay, so that's 2 and 3. Alright, this is number 3, and it's hard to tell in this light, but this has discolored a little bit. It's a little yellow, but not too much. Oh, kind of a tan color. And number 4 is here. Number 4 did ash a bit on top, but not too bad. Nothing a little bit of alcohol wouldn't take care of. And it has not discolored. But helps if I pay attention in the camera here. Let me zoom in, or focus, I mean. I think that's better. Have any room. I have 4 little loaves of soap here. Oh, I was trying to figure out why I didn't have any soap below, but I think I remember this one accelerated. I made this one Friday early in the day, and it's late Sunday night now. And this one, I think this one, number 4, is my favorite. It's kind of like an effervescent grapefruit, I think, and I really like it. Oh, there's some color on the other side. So I think this is my favorite of all of the scents. Here is number 5. A little bit of ash on this one too. And number 6 is discoloring quite a bit. You can see that. It's kind of a, I don't even know how to describe this, a yellow-green color. So there's one. I can see, I don't know if you can see that or not, kind of an orange ring around it, which is interesting. And it's on all of the bars, so I'll be curious to see what that does. That was 5, and here is 6. This one has a ring as well, but it's just a little darker. I'm trying to describe the color that it is, because I know the camera is not picking it up well. It's kind of a brown, a yellowish greenish brown. I don't think that makes sense, but it's not a very attractive color. Okay, I'm cutting 7 and 8 now. There we go. Alright, so this is the pine Christmas tree scent here. It still smells very piney. It's lost that other hint to it that I was talking about yesterday, that sweetness is not there now. It's definitely a pine of some kind, Christmas tree. And here is, oh, and there's no discoloration with that one that I'm seeing. Number 8, there is discoloration. You might be able to see a circle there, but it's yellow. And I think I mentioned that when I was soaping with this one. I saw that it turned yellow, and it is still yellow. And this one is more, this one's really hard to describe. It's more of a powdery scent today than it was yesterday out of the bottle. I don't know that I would necessarily say this is a masculine scent now. I don't know. Some of these are so hard to describe. So I've cut all of them. I'm going to clean them up, and I'll be back in a couple of days and show you how they look after a few days of cure. Okay, all 8 of these soaps are made and cut. So I'm going to talk about how they smell now after it's been a little while. So number 1 is right here. This one has discolored. It's kind of tan, yellow, and the scent has really changed. This is pineapple. My oldest daughter and I just smelled this, and it's unmistakably pineapple. I love the smell of pineapple. I really like that one. It's been about a week since I've made this one, so the color change is not that bad. Don't know if you can see it. Yeah, that does not help at all. Unfortunately, the weather is just gloomy, so it's going to be really hard for me to get good color on the camera. This was number 2. This one out of the bottle smelled like chocolate. It has changed in scent. It's kind of powdery, which is interesting. There seems to be a powdery theme with the fragrances. This one is powdery. It's still chocolate, but it's not just chocolate. We're thinking it's like chocolate raspberry, something like that. There's definitely a fruitiness to it, a sweetness. I actually like it better now than I did out of bottle. Number 3. This one still stays the same for me. Oh, back with number 2. Obviously, there is there is discoloration. This is a very dark brown. Might be hard to see on camera, but it has gone very dark. All right. Number 3. This one still smells like a sour candy to me. It reminds me of like Sweet Tarts or Nerds. Maybe more of a Sweet Tarts scent. There is no discoloration on this one at all. Number 4, I think, is my favorite. There is some discoloration here. It has darkened a little bit. It's a little tan. Let me show you this one next to number 3. So you can see there's just a little discoloration. This one is very citrus to me. My daughter said it smells just like a blood orange. And when she said that, I went, oh yeah, because it's definitely orange, but it's slightly different. So I would say blood orange is probably the most accurate description on that one. Here's where things start to get interesting. Number 5. This one out of the bottle was unmistakably musk. It was very manly. I didn't care for it as much out of the bottle. I really don't like it in the soap. It has discolored a little bit. It still has somewhat of an orange hint to it, but it's also kind of tan. It's not an even discoloration. How do I describe this scent? I don't know. This is my least favorite. I don't like this one at all. This is not one that I would buy. It is maybe still a little musky and powdery and dirty. I mean, it smells dirty to me. And that's not what I want when I'm using soap or lotion, is to smell like dirt. So moving on, number 6. This one now, it smelled like baby powder in the bottle, but now it smells like floral. It has a sweet floral scent to it. I couldn't tell you what flower. I think I mentioned before I'm not a floral person, so it's going to be harder for me to identify this one. It's not a familiar fragrance though. It has discolored. It's kind of a greenish brown color. It's not a very attractive color. Not my favorite. An improvement for number 5, but not my favorite scent. Number 7, I haven't cleaned this one up yet. It's still a little soft. This one I like a lot. This one is unmistakably a Christmas tree. The scent has remained nice. It's kind of lost that sweetness to it. It is pretty true Christmas tree. This one would be fun in a candle. I think I would buy that one. Number 8. Sadly, number 8 I liked in the bottle. And in the soap, I don't like it. To me, it smells like dirty smoke. Yeah, and something else. Again, I don't like this one, unfortunately. So it has discolored as well. You can kind of see it around the edges there. There's probably going to be some more discoloring as it cures. But yeah, not my favorite. So let me talk about the giveaway. I am going to do a giveaway for one of each of these bars. I'm going to do a mini bar, which is half a bar, perfect for hand soap or your little ones. I'd be curious to know what you thought of the scents as well. Oh, phone. I'll be right back and I'll finish talking about that. Okay, let's try this again. So I'm going to do a half a bar. So that's a total of 8 bars of soap. It's a giveaway. They're about 2.5, 3 ounces each, believe it or not. And they'll be cured. You know, I don't even know what today is. It's going to be middle of January. I'm going to be out of town end of December, beginning of January. So I'm not going to give these out or to send these out until sometime middle of January. I will get the exact date and post it. But what's the date today?
I think today's the 9th.
Apparently today's the 9th. So they're going to be cured around January 15th. So thank you. The children were all in school today, and so, you know, they should know. But anyway, so I'm going to do a Rafflecopter, and you will find the link for that on my Facebook page, which is listed below. Everybody always points below, so there you go. Below in the comments, I have links to my Facebook page, so go there, and you can enter to win 8 of the sample soaps. So this, unfortunately, is only open to U.S. residents. I'm going to give away at least 1 set. I might give away 2. It'll depend on how many entries we have. If I can get the likes on my Facebook page up, and if we can, you know, I don't know, I'll figure it out. Have so many entries, I'll go ahead and give away 2 sets. We'll play that by ear, and I'll surprise you. How's that? So I'm going to post this in a couple of days, so it might be December 9th now, but it isn't for you watching this. I'll leave this open till January 5th. That's my husband's birthday, and we'll do the drawing that day, and I'll announce the winners, and you'll have 24 hours to respond with your address and information, or I will draw again for the next person. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed watching this. It was fun soaping it. I could tell I was obviously a little rusty. I haven't done a video in probably 6 weeks, probably longer than that. So, but thanks for sticking with me and watching. I had a lot of fun doing this. So if you've ever get a chance to be a panelist for the soap panel with Brambleberry, do. It was just really exciting, and it was something different and fun. So thanks for watching.
Bye.